Have you ever wondered what happens when you crack your knuckles? It's a common habit, and it's surrounded by a cloud of mystery and a fair share of old wives' tales. Among the most persistent of these is the belief that cracking your knuckles can lead to arthritis. Yet science tells us a different story. Let's unravel this enigma. Our joints, including those in our fingers, are not just bone meeting bone. They are complex structures filled with a lubricating substance known as synovial fluid. Think of it as nature's oil, keeping our joints running smoothly and preventing friction. When you stretch or bend your fingers, the pressure within the joint changes, leading to the formation of tiny bubbles within the synovial fluid. But wait, it's not the popping of these bubbles that causes the infamous cracking sound. So if it's not the bones breaking, what makes the cracking sound when we flex our fingers? Believe it or not, the noise you hear is actually a result of tiny gas bubbles popping. So how does this happen? Well, your knuckles are essentially the meeting point of two bones, and where they connect, there's a substance called synovial fluid. This fluid acts as a lubricant, facilitating smooth movement between the bones. Now, when you pull your bones apart, say by stretching your fingers, the volume of the synovial fluid increases. This increase in volume leads to a decrease in pressure, and it's this drop in pressure that causes gas already dissolved in the fluid to come out of solution, forming bubbles. But here's the interesting part, these bubbles don't just float around, they collapse, and when they do, they make a sound. That's right, the familiar crack you hear is the sound of these tiny gas bubbles popping. But don't worry, this is a completely natural process and doesn't cause any harm to your joints. Now, you may have heard that cracking your knuckles can lead to arthritis, but is there any truth to this? Let's dive right into the heart of the matter. A plethora of scientific studies have sought to answer this very question. The consensus? There's no connection, no correlation, no link between cracking your knuckles and developing arthritis. That's right, you've been living under a myth. Your knuckle cracking habit is not going to land you with arthritis. This has been proven by several decades of research. However, it's not all a free-for-all crackathon. While cracking your knuckles might not cause arthritis, excessive knuckle cracking can lead to a weaker grip strength over time. So don't go overboard with your newfound freedom. In conclusion, knuckle cracking is not the bone-jarring, arthritis-causing habit that it's been made out to be. So next time someone tells you that cracking your knuckles will give you arthritis, you can confidently debunk that myth. So we've learned that cracking our knuckles is all about gas bubbles and not about breaking bones. When you stretch or bend your finger to crack your knuckle, the action expands the space between your joints. This expansion causes the pressure to drop in the synovial fluid that's present in your joints. As the pressure drops, gas bubbles form. The sudden appearance of these bubbles is what causes that familiar pop or crack sound we all know so well. But what about the long-term effects? Well, rest assured, cracking your knuckles is generally harmless. It doesn't cause arthritis or any other joint problems. However, studies have shown that excessive cracking can weaken your grip strength over time. So what's the final word on knuckle cracking? It's a fascinating, harmless phenomenon that's more about physics than about any potential damage to your joints. So feel free to crack away, but like everything in life, moderation is key.